Is this the cleaner who works at my husband's company? Gabriella Reese, the person sent by the cleaning company to work at our office?
Yes, this is Gabriella Reese. Is this someone from one of the companies our cleaning services partner with?
Oh, you don't know me?
I'm sorry, but our company is partnered with quite a large amount of companies. Would you please tell me the name of the place you work for?
Fine. It's A Corporations. I'm the wife of the CEO of A Corporations, Remy Morrison. I found your ID from the account my husband uses for work.
I see. So you are the CEO's wife. Thank you for hiring our services.
You see, my husband has been in the hospital since the past week.
Yes, I've heard. The secretary told me when I went to your office to clean.
Oh, really?
I heard that he's going to be staying for an extended period. I wish him good health.
Yeah. Well, see, I'm running the company for him while he's in the hospital. I took a look at the account book and I realized that hiring people to clean the office cost quite a bit of money.
The prices for cleaning services are quite standard, but I believe that the work we do is well worth the money.
Well, I don't care about that. The reason I took a look at the account book was to check if my husband wasn't spending any unnecessary money. I heard from one of our older employees, but it seems like you've been working there for the past 15 years.
Yes, that's true. Is there a problem?
We'll no longer be needing your services.
I see. Does this mean that you're going to be hiring someplace cheaper? If you want to negotiate the prices, we can.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm saying that spending money just to have someone clean the office is a waste of money.
If you don't mind, may I ask what you plan on doing instead?
I'm going to make a housewife do all the work for free, so our contract ends this month. Thanks for the 15 years.
What? A housewife?
Well, you see, my son's getting married soon.
I see. Congratulations. Is his wife a cleaner?
No, she's an employee at A Corporations.
An employee?
Yes, she works at the sales department. Oh, but there's no way a woman can actually work at a place like that. She probably just serves tea or something. It'll be much more efficient if I make her clean the office instead. Obviously, I'd choose someone who will work for free to do the work.
What do you mean free?
She's going to be my son's wife, so there's no need to give her a salary.
What? Is that okay?
Of course it is. An employee that's also going to become my son's wife? Someone like that should definitely be made to work for free.
I'm in no position to argue with you on how to run your company, but in my opinion, something like that is going to be looked down on by the other employees.
It's fine, I'll just fire anyone who disagrees. Anyways, we'll no longer be needing your company's services anymore. I'll say it again, but thanks for the 15 years of work.
Good evening, Miss Lester. This is Gabriella, Pamela's sister.
Good evening, Miss Elise. Thank you for cleaning the office always.
No problem, it's my job.
Still, to think that you were Pamela's sister.
You were surprised to find out that the person who always cleaned the office was your friend's sister, right?
Yes.
I knew that you were a friend of my sister's, but I couldn't really have a conversation with you while I was working. Sorry I didn't tell you.
It's nothing.
There's something I need to tell you about. I needed to tell you something while outside of the office, so I asked my sister to give me your phone number.
Yep, Pamela told me. What is it that you need to tell me?
I'll ask you this directly. Are you engaged to the CEO's son?
What?
I heard that the fiancé was an employee at the sales department, and the only woman I could think of around the CEO's son's age was you.
Well, yes. We plan to get married next month.
I see. It's a bit early, but congratulations.
Thank you.
There's one more thing. Did the CEO's wife become an executive at the company or something?
What? No, I heard that she was a housewife. But she does visit the office a lot recently. Apparently the CEO asked her to check out how the company was going, but the vice president is the one running things while the CEO is in the hospital. She just kind of lurks around the office. It's not like she actually does anything.
It seems that she took a look at the account book, but is she allowed to do that?
She what?
Yup. She looked at the account book and said that the money the company spent on cleaning was a waste, which is why she said that she's going to terminate the contract with the company I work for.
What? But if she does that, no one will clean the company anymore.
That's true. Your company moved to a larger office 15 years ago. They decided to hire the cleaning company I work for, since they wouldn't be able to clean themselves anymore.
Why are you telling me this, Miss Reese?
The CEO's wife said that she's going to make an employee, who will soon also be her daughter-in-law, do all the cleaning. For free.
What?
That's you, right?
What?
I thought that the reason she was going to terminate the contract with her company was because they decided to find a cheaper option. But this is kind of...
I understand. Thank you for the information. I'll talk to my fiancé about this.
Good luck.
What are you doing? Didn't I say you wouldn't be working here anymore? Why were you cleaning today?
Because you haven't legally terminated the contract yet.
What?
Did you think that just sending me a text message was enough to terminate the contract?
Is it not? Well, I'm the CEO's wife, so I basically run the company while he's in the hospital.
No, the vice president runs the company while he's in the hospital.
But I'm the CEO's wife. If you're saying that I haven't legally terminated the contract yet, then do it yourself. Spending money on cleaning is such a waste. I decided to make my son's new wife, Veronica, do the cleaning, so we won't be needing your company anymore.
If it's Veronica you're talking about, I heard that both her and her fiancé quit at the end of last month.
What?
It seems that the two were planning on starting a new company when they got married. They now moved to the capital and are busy with preparations.
But then who's going to be the next CEO?
I heard that the vice president was going to be the new CEO starting from next month.
What?
The vice president came directly to see me after some information got out. You haven't heard?
No? What's going on? Veronica! What's going on? You didn't tell me anything about how you're going to move to the capital with my son and start a new company.
The CEO gave me a direct order to not tell you anything about it.
What an order!
Everyone already knows that you blackmailed someone in accounting and forced him to show you the company's account book. That employee's already quit the company, by his own choice.
Hold on. What is this suddenly?
The CEO felt responsible for you making a mess of things in the company. Which is one of the reasons why he chose the vice president to inherit the company instead of his own son.
What do you mean I made a mess of things? I'm the CEO's wife.
You're not in a position to decide how the company runs things.
But I'm the CEO's wife.
That's true, but technically you don't even have work at this company. I'm pretty busy right now, so goodbye.
But you're just my son's wife. Even if you're not an employee anymore, you have to listen to what I say. I'm your mother-in-law.
The CEO, my father-in-law, told me that I don't need to listen to a word you say.
What?
Ask your husband if you have any more questions. Goodbye.
Miss Reese, it seems that you were the wife of the CEO of the cleaning company you work at, and that you're one of its senior executives. I heard that my husband helped you in your company 15 years ago, when your husband first started the cleaning company.
Yes, and?
I want you to hire me at your company as a way of giving back what my husband did for you.
What are you suddenly talking about? I thought I was already giving back by cleaning the office always. Even if you told me that's not enough, it's still your husband I should give back to, not you.
While helping the CEO's wife is the same thing as helping the CEO himself.
No, it's quite different, actually. Anyways, didn't he divorce you?
How did you know that?
Veronica is a friend of my sister's. She told me that it's not just because you made a mess of the company, but also because you were cheating.
What? Oh, that bitch! But I'm her mother-in-law.
No you're not. And you never even were. You're the CEO's second wife, right? Apparently, you were never even legally the family of the CEO's son. And now that he's divorced you, Veronica is a complete stranger to you. To be honest, I would appreciate it if you don't get me involved in your mess.
But when my husband divorced me, he exempted me from having to pay an alimony, but I didn't get a share of his property in return. Which means that I'll be needing a salary from now on.
Then why don't you apply to our company when we're hiring?
Well, that's not what I meant. I meant that I wanted an executive position.
Stop fooling around. There's no way we can give an executive position to someone with no job experience or skills like you.
But,
You think running a company's easy? Goodbye.
I need the money and...
I'm going to block you now. Veronica told me that Miss Morrison's never worked a day in her life. She came from a rich family, but her parents are now gone and she's used up all her inheritance already. And since she has no siblings as well, she has no one to rely on. She had zero experience in society, even though she was older than me, so I couldn't help but feel a bit worried for her. She realized that she couldn't get by without the support of someone else. So she decided to try and seduce a rich man she met. But now that she's no longer the CEO's wife, basically she's just an old lady without any money. Obviously, this rich man she found didn't fall for it, and just called her disgusting and left. Now she works a low-paying job and lives in a company-owned dormitory. Somehow she's able to get by, but it's clear that she's going to be alone for the rest of her life.
Mother, if you're there, please reply ASAP. Did you go and change the locks on our house without even asking us? I'm in front of the house right now, and the key I always use doesn't work on the front door lock. I need to get inside.
Hello, Cindy. What's this ASAP all about? And yes, I changed the lock on the front door. I needed to do something to punish you, didn't I? A freeloader. Always wanting something from my son. You needed a little lesson.
Excuse me? Have you completely lost it, Mother? When did I ever freeload? You're making me sound like some gold digger.
Well, you are, aren't you? Anyway, you said you were going out shopping. Using my son's money, needlessly to say. So I took the opportunity to have a locksmith make some minor changes. Hope you didn't splurge again using my son's money. What was it this time? Some jewelry?
I wasn't out shopping, for your information. It was for work.
What the hell are you talking about? You're just a housewife that has no job or special skills. What job could you even do?
Pardon me. I thought you knew. I'm working at the moment. I told you that I was going to work before you moved in with us. Don't you remember that? I made it clear right from the start that I was working from home and we would set aside an office room for that purpose. And I did say not to go in there without permission, didn't I? I have important files there, and I can't have anyone fiddling with the PC.
Oh yes, your little office at home. Please, for goodness sake. All you're doing is playing games all day long. You can't fool me, Cindy.
Well, that says it all, doesn't it?
Huh?
You have no appreciation or understanding of people who work from home online. It's quite common now, you know.
Oh, really? I know nothing about that. It all seems like games to me.
I figured you were still at an age where you would understand such things, but I guess not.
I do have a little understanding of online work, if that's what you're saying. I'm not as old as you think, my dear. A friend of mine told me about her husband, and recent years he's been asked to work from home. It seems he's having a hard time of it.
Well, then I don't see why you don't appreciate my work style. What's so different?
You're not getting what I'm saying. What I'm concerned about is you. I worry about the company you work for. Having an employee work at home playing games all day? Your employers are being duped. You knew it would be easy. That's why you started working at home right from the start. Unlike my friend's husband, who worked hard at the office for years before working from home. He has an appreciation for the job. That's what I want you to understand. That kind of casual attitude toward work will get you nowhere. People will find out soon enough.
That's what I mean. You're completely clueless. Even if you're not at the office, there are ways to do a proper job working from home. Sometimes even more efficiently.
Oh, please. I'm getting really tired of this. I'm sick of hearing your lame excuses. I'll give it to you straight. The reason why I changed the locks is simply to get rid of you. A freeloader who eats up my son's earnings. That's why.
Like I keep saying, I'm working and making a living at that. Why can't you get that through your head?
Is your head still up in the clouds, for God's sake?
I'm fine, and all I'm doing is conveying the truth. Your head must be up in the clouds, probably up in space.
Okay, so that's how you want it, huh? All right then. I'll give you some conditions for letting you back into the house.
Conditions? What conditions?
If you want to be let back into our household, then bring home pay that exceeds $5,000 a month. Can you do that? I doubt it.
$5,000 a month, huh? Well,
I'm not saying it's a one-time thing either. I want you to make a stable income of $5,000 every month. A steady, stable income. Well, for someone who's working. Or shall I say playing games all day? That's way beyond your reach.
Yeah, right.
At this rate, my son better start thinking of divorce. It would save him from all this misery. I plan to live in this house with my son, just the two of us. We don't need you, Cindy. You're taking up too much space. There is no need for you to return.
All my stuff is still there. What should I do with that, may I ask?
All that stuff was probably bought using my son's money anyway. All that will be confiscated and sold off. Are you nuts? I'll be by later today to pick them up.
I also have to warn you before you do anything stupid. Don't touch any of the stuff in my room. Especially the PC, or there will be dire consequences.
If you are able to bring that $5,000 a month, I will think about giving all your stuff back to you.
Hey, Cindy, where you at? I just got home. What's up? Are you still working or something?
Oh, hey Mark. Haven't you heard anything from your mom yet?
She's taking a bath right now. You know she takes those long baths. Figured it would be a good time to contact you directly. You said you were out to see a client. Has the meeting been extended? It seems kind of late.
Yeah, I thought you already got the news. Your mom locked me out of the house.
She locked you out? What are you talking about?
Was the door locked when you came home? Did your key even work?
When I came home, the door wasn't locked. I just walked right in. Didn't notice the door, to be honest.
Yeah, makes sense, I guess. I suppose she thought I would not return and opened it, or she forgot to lock it again when she went out or something. So if I had just waited a bit longer, maybe hid in the bushes for a while, I would have gotten in. Darn it! Should have waited around.
Hey, Cindy. What's going on? I really don't know what you're getting at.
It's a long story. It would take forever if I explained everything, so I'll send you the back and forth messages I had with your mom earlier. You'll see what I mean.
Yeah, okay. Do that. I'll take a look. Oh my god, is she serious? I can't believe this! We've only been living together for a week and already... This? Jeez! Sorry about this, Cindy. My mom... What can I say? And so, Cindy, where you at now?
Me? Yeah, I got a motel room on Route 1. You know the one near the mall? I'll stay here for the night and figure out what to do tomorrow. If I can't work things out tomorrow, I plan to go see my sister. She lives alone over in Sutton County, an hour's drive away. She'll put me up for a few nights.
Yeah, I guess that's the only choice you have. Really sorry about this. Well, at least you have a place to stay for now. Thank your sister for me, would ya? I can't believe this condition she demanded of you! $5,000 a month? Seriously?
I wonder if that's the amount your father made before they divorced.
Well, I guess you put 2 and 2 together pretty quick, huh?
I remember she used to tell her friends and neighbors about how much her husband made. She really made a big thing out of it, huh? When she said $5,000 bucks, that's the first thing that popped into my head.
Oh, I get it. She knew you would never be able to make that much by working online, and so, in order to keep you out, she demanded an exorbitant amount.
Yeah, I think you're right.
But actually...
Yes, but actually...
So why did you just give it to her right then and there?
She probably would not have believed me, and I didn't think it was the right time.
Yeah, you may be right about that. It would have just made things worse. Oh, yeah. There was something I wanted to discuss with you. You know the reason why your mom ended up having to move in with us? You remember, right? It was because that apartment was going to be torn down, right? Well, it seems that was all BS.
Huh? Seriously?
Yeah. Got information from a friend of mine who lives nearby. I need to talk to you directly about that. That motel is right nearby. I'll go over there right now. We can have dinner and discuss it. What do you say?
Sure, no problem. There's a Denny's right down the street. Let's meet there.
Alright. I'll text you when I arrive. Hey, Cindy. Just got home.
Oh yeah? That was fast. Thanks for earlier. And thanks for bringing some of my work stuff. It really helps. Now I can get a little work done. Glad the laptop was there.
Sorry. I know nobody is supposed to go in there. It was the first time I went in there.
Well, I gave you the extra key just for such emergencies.
Yeah, came in handy, that's for sure. So, we do as planned, right?
Just as we planned. Don't let me down, Mark.
With Cindy gone, I have to do a little more housework, but if it's for my son, no problem. But maybe someday I'll get a maid to do all the chores. Wouldn't that be great? So, is it at all possible that you can make $5,000 a month? Oh, I'm sorry. How rude of me. What was I thinking? Demanding that an unskilled housewife bring home $5,000 a month for playing games all day? I was way out of line. Please forgive me. No way you could bring home that much. You know what? A thought just crossed my mind. You're not homeless now, are you? You're not living on the street, scraping together soft drink cans for a living, are you? And I haven't heard a peep out of Mark after I kicked you out. And it seems you have no interest in picking up your things. Not a very important job. I plan to throw them out by the end of the week. So if you want it, you better come and get it, or it ends up in the dumpster. I want to rearrange that room, make it into my private study. Need it cleaned out ASAP. There's a lock on the door, and Mark and I don't have a key. So we're just going to have to get a locksmith to open it. Or we just break it open. Oh, I'm so glad we kicked you out. A useless, no-job wife. Why did Mark ever marry you?
You seem to be in high spirits.
Oh, finally you decided to reply. Had to get those cans to the recycling center, huh? How much was today's collection? So, Cindy, no $5,000 a month? What's it like living on the streets?
No, not $5,000. More like $15,000 a month.
Excuse me? Hey, Cindy, answer, would you? I don't have all day. What's the meaning of this? Mark just left home. He's nowhere in sight, and all his stuff is gone. What the hell is going on? I also checked your room. All the stuff is gone? Your PC, the laptop, all your files? The place is vacant.
Oh, finally noticed, huh?
Is this your doing, Cindy? Did you put Mark up to this? Did you get him to clean out the room?
I didn't really put him up to it, as you put it. More like, Mark heard what you did to me and decided to do what he felt was right. That's all.
No, that can't be right. He would never do that behind my back.
He found out why you had us live with you. The real reason. That apartment you were living in for 2 years after your divorce went through? You remember. Apparently you caused a lot of trouble there. The neighbors, it seems, were furious with you. And on top of that, because it was such a sudden divorce, your husband felt very bad and decided to pay the rent for those 2 years. The main purpose of living alone in that apartment was to get used to living and working alone. You were working at that time too, but you went and bullied a coworker and eventually got fired. Isn't that right?
So what? What's that got to do with anything?
Well, after 2 years, your husband no longer felt obligated to pay your rent. And since you lost your job, you couldn't pay the rent for yourself. You made plenty of enemies among your neighbors. There was nothing left for you to do but move out. Or, should I say, kicked out. So you had nobody to turn to, nowhere to go. So you came crying to us. I suppose you figured that apartment was quite a distance from our house, so you probably thought nobody would ever hear of your antics.
How the hell did you find out about all that? Would you hire a private detective or something?
Apparently, Mark went to school with the guy who owns that apartment you caused all that trouble at. Or more accurately, his father runs the place.
Are you kidding me?
It seems one of the neighbors found out that you were Mark's mother. One thing led to another, and they decided to contact us to stop you from causing harm to others.
This can't be mere coincidence. What's going on?
Well, we've lived around here for a long time, made a lot of friends. I wouldn't say everyone knows everybody, but close. You're bound to find some connection.
Cindy, about that $15,000 a month, is that what you make per month?
Hold on. I just got a text from Mark. He's on his way home. He said he'll send you a line message.
Excuse me, Mark, he's here.
Hello, Mother.
Mark, is it true that Cindy makes more than $15,000 a month? Do you mean per year?
No, not per year. Per month, Mom. She makes way more than I do.
What's this all about? How could she make that much? That's just not possible. How could an unskilled housewife make that much? It's just not possible. Is she selling drugs or something?
Drugs? How could you say that, Mom? She's not some drug dealer. She's a well-known and very popular freelance writer.
Excuse me? A free writer?
Freelance. A freelance writer. She's independent. Not associated with any specific company or organization. And she's not employed by any one company. She set up an office at home. That's what most freelance writers and designers do.
Why doesn't she just rent some office space then?
That's why she set aside a room at home. A home office, if you will. Why waste money renting office space when you're the only employee?
Excuse me. Seems kind of weird to have an office at home.
Come on, Mom. A lot of people are doing it these days. The technology these days makes it really easy. You can have group meetings any time of the day, or even with clients overseas. It's really something.
It just seems like, playing games, tapping away at the keyboard.
When you were living at that apartment, that young couple moved in, and they were both doing online work from there. You remember them? You were always complaining about them. That young kids should get a proper job and so forth and so on. I was told that when you learned that a young woman in the apartment below you was working from home, what did you say to her? Something about her sponging off her parents and playing games at home all day? Apparently, you were harassing them like that on a daily basis. They said they couldn't get any work done with you constantly pestering your neighbors. When I heard that, I was so embarrassed. It was only after you were kicked out of that apartment that I heard about all this. I was mortified when my friends told me about you.
Please, Mark, don't be like that.
Oh yeah, I was meaning to tell you. I've been working on going freelance myself. I've lined up some clients and have a pretty good network set up. So I plan to quit my job and start working from home.
Excuse me? Are you serious?
But at this rate, I may get pestered relentlessly for working at home by someone. So to avoid that, we've decided to move out, which means we will no longer live with you.
Hold it 1 second, Mark. What am I going to do? I can't live here all by myself.
Well, let's see. The lease on that house expires next month, so I suggest you start looking for a job and a place to live.
Mark, you're not serious. Please. I won't bother you guys anymore, so please just let me live with you. I'll keep my mouth shut. I promise you.
It's too late for all that. Mom.
I always wondered why my mother-in-law always had it out for people who work from home. Apparently she asked her ex-husband to continue paying the apartment rent. But she was told he was now working from home, and as a result, his monthly pay was cut drastically. So he's no longer able to afford paying her rent. That's why she had it out for people who work from home online. Mark told me he left a pamphlet for the unemployed office on the kitchen table when he left. I had my doubts she would make use of it. I figured she'd get on the phone to all her relatives begging for help. But I heard later that she found a live-in job at a local company. But it seems like she was back to her old self again. She started harassing a young girl who was working part-time from home. If that wasn't enough, that girl happened to be the owner's daughter. She ended up getting fired and then kicked out of the dormitory she was living at. That was the last I heard of her. I have no idea where she is now.